Democrats. Today is Friday, October 14th. We are 25 days from the election. 25 days. It is clicking, clicking, clicking. I hope that you have your sample ballot all printed and you're going through and you're meeting your folks and you know who they are. So you're educating yourself so that you can educate other folks. I hope that's happening for you. My first text of the day. My first text of the day was a person that I literally have not spoken words to in 30 years. 30 years I haven't spoken words to this person, but my first text of the day was somebody asking me for help, educating, asking me about a couple of the candidates so he could prepare his sample ballot so he can be ready when it's time to vote. I got to tell you, days like that make me feel great. And I hope that you are all fielding those calls or initiating those calls if people aren't calling you. Hope you're calling people and saying, do you have a plan to vote? Are you voting early? Are you voting in person on Tuesday? What is your plan? That's the big deal because we are 25 days away. So in doing my research and educating, not doing my research, preparing this gentleman for his vote and doing, trying to make sure that I'm providing him with the most objective information that I could provide him, because I don't like to tell people who to vote for. I like to give them the information so they can make the decision on their own. I was reminded that there are folks who are on the ballot who are facing indictment. There are folks who are literally on the ballot right now who are credibly charged for crimes. And they're on the ballot and they're going to get votes. They don't have to. They don't have to get the votes of people who are thinking. Some of the folks who are on the ballot for doing crimes, the crimes are directly related to their time in the legislature, directly related to their behavior in the legislature. They are serving Oklahomans and breaking the law. And they are on the ballot. And I say they because I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about multiple people. There's the indicted folks. There's the folks being investigated by the OSBI. This is real and right. They are on the other side. But this isn't about party. This is about, we don't have to put up with that. We have actual real choices. We have folks who are running against those people who aren't being investigated for a crime at this very moment, who won't be on someone's docket on November 8th. I think that's really important, guys. We don't have to put up with the corruption, particularly when we know about it before we vote. We know that the person running for district attorney that there is a person running for district attorney in Oklahoma County who is being investigated by the OSBI. We know that. We're not wondering. It's not gossip. It is real. We know that there's a person who turned themselves in less than a year ago who are being charged with 5 felonies, 3 misdemeanors. We know this. It's not a rumor. It's not gossip. It's fact. We don't have to put up with that. Now, we had an idea. But we know what it's like. When we had an idea, our current governor had some shady things in his past, business dealings. We knew about that before he got elected. But I guess a lot of people said, well, it was a long time ago. And, that's just what happens in business. But he's carried on that behavior as governor. He just has. I just say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Here's the thing. You cannot know bad stuff about someone, vote for them, and then act all shocked when they're in office. So you are forewarned. So then there's that. Then I also want to talk about the folks who are running who will not concede to a debate. Before I give you names, here's what I got to say about that. This state is known as a Republican state. Hurts my heart to say it, but that's what people say. And so Republicans aren't used to having to run. They're not used to having to actually say what they stand for, defend their record, and stand for something. They're not used to that. But this cycle, when we have some of the best qualified candidates running, the Republicans in our state are running scared. They don't know what to do. They're not sure, and they're flailing. And when they're challenged to a debate, they are delaying responding to the last possible minute, and then some of them are responding no. So, for example, Ryan Walters, I'm calling names today, guys. Ryan Walters was told 7 weeks ago, was invited 7 weeks ago to debate Gina Nelson. Hemmed and hawed. Let me look at my calendar. Let me get back with you. And then 7 weeks later, he finally said, yeah, no, I can't do it. I have a scheduling conflict. I read that as, I'm afraid to show up. Markwayne Mullins, he was invited to a debate. He said no. James Lankford, invited to a debate. He said no. Those two men have a history of serving. What are they afraid of? Why won't they defend their actions? Why won't they make a case to the people of Oklahoma why we should vote for them? Because they have a record. Because we know who they are. And then we have the governor, who was invited at least a month ago to a debate that's scheduled for October 19th. And he did the hem and haw, tentatively confirmed, not real sure. And when the folks who were putting together the debate asked him about it, we need you to confirm. We need you to confirm, or we're going to have to tell people we're not sure if he's coming because he hasn't confirmed. He misled, and I'm being nice. He put it out there that they were threatening him. If he didn't confirm right away, they were threatening him. No, they were telling him what would happen if he didn't confirm. It's that simple. What we have to say what it is, call a thing what it is. They're not used to having to defend themselves. They're not used to having to earn our votes. And they've decided not to even work to earn our votes. And so I say we don't give them to them, right? The governor who doesn't think that who continues to fight with the tribes, picked a new fight with tribes this week, doesn't, secret mansion, Swadley's epic, class wallet. He thinks he deserves another term, and he thinks he doesn't have to explain it to us. I think he does. Markwayne Mullins, he wants to move from Congress to Senate. He doesn't think that he already told us when he was in Congress that it's the notion that he works for us, the notion that the citizens pay his salary. He already told us that was bullcrap. And I guess he thinks that he has to explain himself and earn our vote is also bullcrap because he's not showing up for a debate. Senator James Lankford, I guess he thinks that if he says God enough that we'll just let him in. But we know who you are, sir. You're not representing Oklahoma. And you're not even trying to earn our votes. Folks, we don't have to give them our votes. We have better options. We have better options. We have Superintendent of Public Instruction, Joy Hoffmeister, who is out there talking to folks, who said yes right away to the debate. She's out there trying to earn the vote. We have Gina Nelson, 2020 Teacher of the Year, out there talking to folks, shaking hands, answering questions, trying to earn our vote. We have Kendra Horn, who's out there, and we know who Kendra is. We know how she serves. We know her accessibility, and she's out there trying to earn our vote. We have Madison Horn, who, if I'm in rural Oklahoma, I'm going to run into her either coming or going. She's out there talking to folks. She's out there shaking hands and answering questions and trying to earn our vote. We have choices. In House District 23, where there is someone who's been indicted on criminal charges versus a retired social worker, Susan Carl Young, We have choices. Susan's out there knocking doors. She's still in the community because she's been working in the community all along. We have choices. For DA in Oklahoma County, Vicki Behenna, who was on the team that convicted Timothy McVeigh, she's out there trying to earn our vote and not being investigated by the OSBI, no matter what kind of shade her opponent tried to throw at the end of the debate. We have real choices. Those aren't lesser of two evil choices. They are real, valuable candidates, viable candidates that would do the job representing Oklahoma. We don't have to settle. We've settled enough. Please do your research. Find out who's running. And I believe that when you do your research, you will see a direct compare and contrast. And you will see why the folks who have a D in front of their name deserve a shot in this cycle. So I went outside today. You guys don't know, kind of a hermit. I go to Democrat events and I come back home. But I went outside today for my own life. The weather is gorgeous. Great door knocking, dropping off a sign, driving people around weather. We have less than 4 weeks till the election. We are at crunch time, and our candidates need as much help as you can give them. If you're not able to leave your home, I bet they'll send you a link to a phone bank that you can do from the comfort of your living room. If you don't feel like you can talk to people, but you still want to help, I bet somebody will meet you with a postcard packet where you can write postcards. But if you feel like getting out in this weather, I've seen several posts where they're asking for people to help deliver signs, people asking for people to drive them around. There's all kinds of help that our candidates need, and they need it now. While people have their absentee ballots in their hand, they need for the Democrat candidate to be the last name that they hear before they vote. So educate yourself, educate as many people as you can, make your plan. But this weekend, I encourage you to go out and help a couple of candidates. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back Monday at 4:15.